Hello, hello. Oh, am I lagging on some bits? Everything seems to be working fine for now. I still have to do the VTuber Studio. I wish I could put some songs here though. I'm sorta curious if one of the games that I really like give me the possibility to put their soundtrack on it. There is Katamari. Wait, I do like Katamari. It is a good option. Hmm. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm setting up the cameras and everything like that. I'm definitely not late. I'm totally prepared. I'm just like checking to see if everything is good quality. You know, just something simple. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. I like doing good for my streams, of course. Oh man, everything's so messed up here. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. 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 All right, guys. I'll have to be honest. I forgot to charge my phone for the stream. Yep, I know, it's a little messed up. I know. Let me see what else I can do here. I'm trying to adjust a lot of my table because it's very messy at the moment. I'm kind of impressed. I'm gonna have to do some cleaning right after. But for now, since I can't really use the model and anything like that, I'm gonna be... Let me see what I can do. I can use the classic tactic, which is instead of instead of using the entire VTuber model, I can just use the toggle for Discord call. Yeah, this should be good. And then I can close some things here. What else should I keep it here? Is that the way that we're feeling today, Shad? I'm not. I don't think so. It's very cheerful, but we need to be more focused, you know? Perhaps this is the one that we're looking for, huh? This looks good. Yeah, this sounds good enough. Taking some deep breaths, preparing for what's going to happen in the future weeks. There we go. Hello. I need to do the yeah, we can work with just the PNG tuber. I guess it's fine. There's no issues on that. And here we are again. Good morning, afternoon, evening. It is indeed study time. Today we're continuing with the preparations for the line art, the studies and things like that. And most of the times when we take not a lot of time, but when we do breaks from the drawing, we start to notice a lot of mistakes and things that would be better if adjusted. That's a really good thing, and that also can be a really bad thing. So the way that you're gonna handle those things has to be, how can I say, very linear with the way that you draw stuff. If you don't have any process for the things that you draw or the things that you do, you're gonna feel pretty much lost for everything that is going to happen. That's why studying it's a very complicated situation, because if you don't know how to teach yourself, usually it's just better to have someone to teach you on that. And this would be my case as well, but I mean, I think that I can do a sort of okay job understanding what steps I have to take or not. And if I don't, I can just ask some of my friends, you know. And the thing that I'm getting a feeling here after looking back at the same image again is that her size here, the maid size, it's a little bigger. It's a little bigger than it should be. So we're decreasing a lot of that, and we're gonna adjust a little more of the little details that we lost along the way. I'm pretty sure that taking this much time on a study is not really beneficial for me at the moment, especially because I want to be very productive, you know. I have this feeling inside of me that it's always saying, man, you should be working on something, or preparing for actual projects or commissions to do. But if I'm not even dedicating a little amount of study or time to study something that is going to make me a better artist, I don't know exactly how I'm gonna progress on the next days. I mean, not that I can't study or get better while I'm working on something specifically. It's more of a thing that you're not gonna be able to see, or sometimes you're not gonna feel like you're gonna be able to do it in some specific work, you know. The clients always have some requests that will be sort of different from what you're looking for. And the ideal is to be able to adapt to everything that you can. My objective for this year will be honest, continue drawing the way that I'm doing now. If possible, I would like to increase the amount of time that I draw. not that my drawing at like it is perfect, but like it's going through a direction that I feel like I'm sort of enjoying it. If there is ever like a future objective, I feel like rendering would be a, a good thing to look for. Like many of my friends, like they are pretty much like divided into sections when you come to art, right? So like one goes like for the ideas of shapes and line, where like drawing itself like is one of the best things that you could do in your life. And the other side is like the ones that really want to paint because they feel like they want to do like a lot of splash arts, things that like you would usually see in League of Legends and stuff like that, right? Because the most like visual thing or the most expressive thing that you could do is rendering stuff, but in the same way, like you can't really do a good rendering without a good line or like a good idea of values and shapes that pretty much are done by line art, you know, or drawing. So, oh, I just noticed that I was talking and my phone was capturing. I almost heard myself there. I guess it's fine now. I'm getting the feeling that like her body could be a little tilted, like to the like she's not leaning to the front, you know. She's looking a little low, a little more like this. And then after fixing this, we've got what we wanted. Let's go. There are perhaps some things that like should have been done better, but like I'm pretty confident that like this should be it. Like if I could judge it a little better, I'm definitely going to say that like this background here, especially like this part, this entire part here, can be extended a little more. I'm not sure how much it's going to be extended, but let me do some tests here. Because it feels like this has a lot of space, right? Like this gives the feeling that like there's a lot of space. Something like this should work, I believe. Coloring for some little lines here. One thing that I noticed is that like this thing is totally different from the line that is going to be here. I'm seeing that like I shouldn't do like the way that I did before. That was like putting this line in with the same line that would be here. Putting this line of the door on the back door or window. I'm not really sure what would be this. It's probably a window. Uh, Making it the middle gap that opens it makes it looked like there is some good distance or good like depth for the place. This is something that I'm just noticing now, that like giving things not like not that parallel to each other actually helps a lot to tell or show the person that like things can be done in a more like, oh, I don't think I would say like organize it, but like I would definitely would say like the natural is the things that are not like exactly that like exactly look like each other. Okay, we did it. We've got plenty of good space to work now. The bad feelings that I was getting from this background here, it's disappearing a little. I feel like I got a much better idea of where I'm doing stuff. And then, like, if you look at it, it's some steps close from getting to the actual line art. That's awesome. What else should I be thinking here? I'm getting the feeling that like after I finish the door here, I kinda want to go for the table details. Because if I go straight to the character now, I feel like I'm going to be focusing on actually doing the entire line art of the character and not the idea. And this would also means that like I'm not following my own process. The process that I'm... Oh yeah, wait. I don't think I ever told about like what is the process that I'm doing, right? I focused on like doing thumbnail to get one idea of depth. Then I go to what should I say, sketch, but it's not really sketch because usually sketch would be the thing that you like when you're creating the thing itself. For this case, I would be more like finding the values, not values, the placement. The placement of the things. And then from that, we go to line art. And from that flat cloth. And after the finding that, and after finishing the line art, we're going for the flat colors. Which usually goes from that to cell shading. And then we go to soft rendering. Oh shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The stabilization on the brush, I always do like this type of thing. But basically, what would be considered like the soft rendering or oh, wait, okay, all good. What would be this considered the soft rendering here, and what would be considered the cell shading? Cell shading would be pretty much like this shape here. We see like a grayish, yellowish, white with like a very flat rectangle, or sometimes just like a little V or a little Y, just to represent like what's the color. And the soft rendering would be like the transition of like this part of the cloth, for example, that is like 1, 2, and 3. Same would happens to the hair, which, to be honest, like timbougami is amazing at doing like good transitions with the feeling that of cell shading on it. Like you can clearly see the shapes of stuff, like exactly what is the light, what is dark. The feeling that I get here, that's what like I'm gonna be thinking in the future as well, is that like this is exactly the only color that he started. Then he pushed it to some dark colors. The things that it would behind even darker, and the things at the front he would start highlighting with a very clear color. Something like that. I don't really know color theory, but like I can see some like real pattern here of like red, reddish, orange, or like bright yellows. No, not bright yellow, bright orange or bright red. Very yellow. And then we go to like some classic skin tone, like half tone or something like that. This is how I would think, but like I'm not really sure how I'm gonna like mix or decide which ones go first or not. I hope the process that I'm like choosing helps me out on that. Sometimes it's like better to choose a process to follow than not following any process at all. Because if you don't do a process, the next time you do a next illustration will be the same thing. You're gonna be lost in the same way that you are like doing the study. And that's why like most of the times I don't like doing only cubes or boxes for now, because like I want to create stuff and I usually don't know how to apply those studies on my things. I just want to do like those things and try to understand the best way that I can, because like no, I would be like, I do have like some knowledge. Otherwise, I would not be able to do the table. I would also not be able to prepare like the sofa well, or like not be like dissatisfied with the ways that I'm like trying to do like the windows there. But like usually, especially for like creating characters, I don't have any mannequins or like cube guys or models to put on every single thing that I want. I just like to have like the idea straight to the point. Maybe this is something that I will have to focus later, but for now, that's not the objective. And we take this out and continue on the objects. If someone ever have like any questions, you're free to ask on my DMs or like my Discord. Like my nickname everywhere is pretty much like Xanshi, so it will be free to reach you out. No, I would be free to be reached out for whatever you guys need it for. I guess that would be the thing, right? The spacing here is not good. So much fur on line art. Oh my god. If Max saw that, he would probably like make fun of me. Because I always like scream at him for like getting things more defined. Making a lot of like repetition like this is a very bad way of like trying to define stuff. Like I've got that feeling that like when I was studying shape like a few time or a while ago, I felt like being precise on the things that you want, like it's the most essential thing ever. That's the only way to make some things feel like they are cool or they are being well done. There you go. Let's look a little from 4. Some some lines are not proportional. Not the wood wouldn't be proportional, but like they are not like following the same angle. They are supposedly to go like to this direction, right? So like if I want to do this properly, I would also look for doing the same thing as well. And there we have it. Did you got it? Did we got it? That's the correct question here. This has to be a little taller, I think. Am I thinking so much? No, I do believe that this has to be a little taller, right? And there we have it. Let me close this shape. Oh. Oh, good. We've got some good space. Alright. Let me fix this now. Let's pay some better attention on the things that the past sender didn't do. Okay. The past sender didn't notice that like this cup of tea is very close to one end. To many ends. So a very straight line here gives me an idea where is the top of the cup. Like this exactly cup here. That's the feeling that I'm getting for this. And then at the very end of this part, oh no, maybe this is a little smaller than I thought. There's a good space here, like this level of space. I would even say that it's even more space than that, to be honest. Oh man, I'm falling back. I'm falling. I'm falling. There's no way. Okay. Something like this. There you go. Okay, we got very close to what we're looking for. I would still say that it's a little bigger than I wanted, but it looks fine. It is okay. There you go. We finally got some good cup. Wait, did something happen to my clip studio? Alright, it's finally back. Let me get the proportion of this a little smaller, just so that I can feed the circle, like somewhere around here. Oh, would you look at that? The table is not going to the same angle. Like those things have to feel or like to look higher, not for the this behind angle, but like the actual things that are on the table to give like more or like a better idea of like space. It's a little better. What else do we have here? I'm getting the feeling that this has way too much space. I would like to like push it, not push it, but pull a little too. Man, Usually, to be very honest, like sometimes it's hard to express what you like. I am thinking when it comes to those studies. I feel like trying to look at the things and just do it the best way that you can. It's pretty much it. Because sometimes, like, even if I try to talk a lot about it, I just get this feeling that, like, I'm not paying too much attention on what I'm doing, right? So, like, if I have to do something, it has to be exactly the same thing that I'm talking. Like this little door holders, the lockers. I'm trying to be very precise, which like is demanding a lot of my attention to it. There are many things that like I'm not looking to put it like I know how important it's going to be to divide this big shape of shadow, but this seems something that like can be done more in the rendering than the actual line, you know? It would be something very important if you're like doing animations, but I don't think it's necessary to do like when you're doing the line art. Unless like you're freaking database yourself and like get the idea of everything that you were doing there. But that's not my case. And now that I noticed it, I just forgot that I was focusing on the items on the of the table. That's crazy. The distance for this is absurd. Like I'm sure that like this would be directly involved on this. And this proves that like the character it's should be more on the left, damn it. Like getting the good idea for the what's going to be on each part of the table here is insane. Probably like this. This looks like the only option, right? Yeah. Maybe a little too much space here. Like very close to each other at this little bar. And then we make the circle that has very close to this end. What if I try to like find the body first here, divide the line, gets to this, and go exactly like that. So with that, I'm capable of like seeing where's the character's leg, and what's the thing that I should be focusing on. Because like this leg will actually help me to identify where is the actual cup location, which is right specifically on this part of the knee, like exactly like here. then we can cut this cup finally and put it together. With the cup there. There you go. With that. Oh no. I messed it up. But I know at least where the cup is going to be. So it's all good. It's right here. Very simple. Let's make it a little 3D, you know? For the fans, yeah, all the fans like some 3D. Imagine being able to do like a good 3D with only line art. Damn, that would be insane. I guess we'll go for the little holder thing here. Just keeping it simple. It should be fine. Alright. Do a little C here. And there you go. We got 1 of 3. What else should I be doing? Okay, let's go for this next one. This one seems a little nice to do because it's pretty much like a square, like in a very simple way. So like, if we do this, and there you go. I could do the border, but I feel like the border is something that is gonna bug me out more than actually like help. So like the way that I would do it is just like imagine the square that I already have here. I try to use this as like one excuse for the plate that we have around. So like even if I'm not doing like perfectly exactly like timbougami did, at least I got like some idea of like how I would be able to sheet this to the next step. There is plenty of things here, I have to say. Not a really easy task, but it's definitely much easier than the entire background that I had to do here. This was tough. I feel like the worst part of all of this was definitely the window. The window is very difficult to make it like to make it feel like the things are like separate and well put as well, because there's a lot of like, what was the name, negative shapes that you could like notice it here, and like when I was like my first window that I did, like it was freaking terrible, you know, it was one of the worst things ever, but now it's much better. We fix and erase some little lines to give the idea that it's 3D. And there you go. We finished the second one. Let's put like some little metal details here. This like little metal thing, it's definitely like flat. There's not really like any reason for me to try to give one idea through line that like it is 3D by how like really small this is. I guess like this would be something that like timbougami would think as well, like since the plate is not really the focus of it, just giving one very small idea that it's 3D would be enough, like this negative shape here that like shows the table. And then the rest he would like only do 2 lines, right? Like the white line, the gray line, and very dark line here to represent that it's sorta, or there is like some indication of 3D. Because like if you look exactly at, let me go to the other way. If you look exactly at this just feels that like the T is exactly inside of the table. Like this is flat. This is not like giving any idea that like this little part here around of it is actually 3D. It's only like our imagination that is doing that. But like if you compare this 3D idea to this 3D idea, this like is insane, right? Why? We have like a very rectangle here that it's like makes easier for us to understand like the distance of the things, how this thing is at the front, how this thing is at the back, and somewhat of this like in the middle. This gives us much more of like a good idea of what is happening than this one. But since like this is not really even like the focus of the entire painting, like you don't have really to worry about like what's going to happen here. Which it's fine. Like this is exactly how like we know that sometimes we don't need to render every single thing. We can just focus on what's important and the things that are not. We just let it be, I guess, like very simple. No need to like overthink too much about it. With that in mind, let me start doing the second metal here. Wrong layer. There you go. And there we have it. I want to make this line a little better. Okay, okay. And now we're going for the, I mean, I can do the mugs. It's not that big of a problem. I can do that. The first one, the most important one that like gives a lot of 3D, it's this. So let me think exactly where this would be. This passes a little and it goes to the right side, but then goes back and gives enough space for the spoon that is close to it. This also shows up how much like big of a line I made here, because I want to give more like ideas or details, right? So like the size that I have now, was actually 5, and now I have to do something even smaller, which it might be a overthink moment, you know, because this is pure painting. There is some lines, but like it's just like very simple and direct like ideas. Oh my god, wait. Oh, alright, I'm good. It's something just simple that like it's much more easy just to paint and then you create a line later. And then we do the very pointing thing here. Then we create another line here. Like this negative shapes helps a lot. I'm not seeing a lot of that, like giving The idea that like there's something behind definitely helps to say that some things are on 3D here. We do another cup or another mug. I'm not sure what would be the correct name for this, but we're calling it a mug. Then we just put one very straight line here. Okay. And then there is the last mug. Which is not that far. It is good here. We delete this. We make this. And it's done. And I just remember that Bart marked me the art chat. He probably shared a lot of good illustrations. I might have to take a look at it later. If I ever forget, please someone remember me in the future. Alright. We've got something. I can see that the angle is definitely weird. Like this feels like it's going to this direction, when this is actually looking for like going for that direction, you know. But for now, we got what we wanted. Let's go for the third one. Avoid overthinking too much. Just make the best time of soldier that we can. Let me go make the cylinder look like a pizza or a pie. That's a really nice plate. I wish I could have something like that at my house. It feels very luxurious, I have to say. Not feels, I guess it would be looks. Pretty much the same. Alright. Oh, the thing that I did right there was a good line. Yeah, good job myself. There you go. And then to make it a little more 3D, we just go like that. Awesome. Alright. There we go. We did it. Alright, what we have now? What can we do? What can we do? Hmm. To be honest, I feel like that's it. We finally finished like organize the organizing sketch stuff. I feel like we can go right in for the line art. Damn, we did it. Let's go, guys. Well, maybe this is the perfect time to finish the stream. It was a three-part of like the thumbnail sketch phase, and then we're going straight up like the next days for the line art, which like usually those things may take even more time than like the actual sketch and thumbnail, because refining line art is something really crazy to do. But since I'm only doing like this 1 hour studies, trying to keep it up, trying to keep some rhythm for the things that I'm doing, it's all good for now. If I ever get the feeling that like I might need some extra hours doing the line art, I can just do it like a little earlier, because I started the stream at 11 p.m. here, so like yeah, it's not really a good time to be streaming at all for me. But I don't want to break the sequence, which I think it's pretty much fine. But yeah, I hope you all had a good time. If you were like studying with me, timbougami, or any artist, or just listening, I hope you have a good day, morning, afternoon, evening, and bye bye. Thank you very much.